A real pleasure to be in front of folks that are real passionate about real good cows. The changes were approved in the board meeting based on the Type Advisory Committee's recommendation. The Type Advisory Committee is one of many standing committees of the Holstein Association. You know, as an underlying statement, I would say these changes were made with economic importance in mind. And to that end, you know, we're trying to have a system and work with a system that helps you all make a living, helps you all make a profit. Now, you know, we can all decide, you know, what our best way on our farm is to make that profit. But we're trying to work with, trying to have a system that accommodates breeding cows that are efficient, productive producers, easy keepers, cows that are doing good at staying on the farm. So with that in mind, we're going to get right into things. From a breakdown standpoint, previously front end capacity and dairy strength are both at 20%, rump at 5%, feet and legs at 15%, and udder at 40%. 5% of the final score is going to be switched from front end capacity to feet and legs. And of course economically driven. Why it hadn't already, and by the way, the U.S. Holstein by far and away is still moving up to 20% of feet and legs. The U.S. Holstein Association is by far and away still the lowest in the world on feet and legs. And we've maintained the position that because foot and leg information are some of the lowest heritable breeding traits that there are, that's why we've not raised that any more than we have still, you know, from 15–20%. There are some other countries that have 35% of their final score based on foot and leg. But we really feel based on low heritabilities, in addition to, we all know that there's so many things that affect feet and legs, you know, environment, health of feet and legs. Obviously genetics does play a role, but you know, good maintenance, good foot trimming can change things, and to have a system that accounts for genetics, being that the heritabilities were low, this country's always kept foot and leg low, but we've changed that at least 5% at this point to slightly catch up to the rest of the world. In addition to that, the move away from a little bit of size, particularly on the 2-year-olds. Most of the talk about size, the size change, okay, so in the future, the target size for the 2-year-old is going to be 56 inches. And the window, if you will, that we want you to fall within is 53 to 59. So from the target of 56, 3 inches either way is going to be deemed acceptable. Cows that are over 59 inches tall are going to receive a up to a 2-point deduction in that category, or if they're below 53 inches tall, they'll receive a 2-point deduction. Now, if you're good at math and you're already following along, we actually did, for those of you that like size, by the way, it was just a little bit less painful because that breakdown went from 20 to 15. Instead of losing 4/10, hypothetically you might only lose 3/10.